Hello and welcome. This is sunshineresources.org.ng. My name is Amos Sunshine and I'm your online tutor. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can rear fish either for domestic use or for commercial purposes. The particular fish that we're going to be featuring here is catfish. Catfish over the years has become a domestic animal. Catfish farming in the 21st century is fast becoming a brisk business, contesting with poultry, piggery, and snail farming. In this context, we will be looking at the following. Why catfish farming? Planning. Stages in the growth and development of catfish, equipment and feeding. So, why catfish farming? The catfish is widely spread and is regarded as an important diet and protein source. Catfish farming does not necessarily require excavating the soil. It enjoys warm climate, grows in net ponds, tanks or other enclosures. It reaches a market size of 1 to 1.5 kg within relatively short time. Catfish can eat almost anything it finds in nature. However, on a commercial production, it is important to feed it with quality food to ensure fast growth and optimal weight. Unlike other fish, catfish breathes fresh air from the atmosphere. It can survive and grow in brackish and low oxygen water. It can tolerate high density up to 400 kg per meter cube. Catfish has many practical selling points such as fresh, live, smoked, cooked and many more. Catfish is very popular worldwide and it's the most desirable and preferred fish in Africa. In Nigeria, for example, it is referred to as point and kill in most of our fish selling point. Catfish business has greatly reduced unemployment and poverty among young graduates in Nigeria. It is relatively easy and cheap to start depending on the magnitude of the business you want to set up. Now let's look at planning. Planning a catfish farming depends on the following. Place of project. If you live and own a property, that is quite easy as you can create little space for your catfish farming. On the other hand, if you live in a rented property that has some space, you can also rear catfish in tanks in small quantities. In that way, you can use this kind of opportunity to understand and develop your skills in catfish farming. Now let's look at equipment. The equipment required for fish farming is quite easy to assemble, depending on the size of the space that you want to use. These include storage tanks, source of water such as well, river, borehole, etc. Other infrastructures may depend on the purpose of the fish farming. If it is for commercial purposes, then you will require more infrastructures. If you want to go into fish farming for commercial purposes, then you must also look out for availability of the market. Now let's look at stages in the growth and development of catfish. There are several stages in the growth and development of the catfish fingerlings. Artificially obtaining the eggs and the sperm from the parent stock to mix it and produce the catfish larva. This is also very technical. That can be a business of its own. There are fish farmers who specialize in cultivating of fingerlings. This is called hatchery. Growing of larva to fingerling size, that is about 0.5 gram, is approximately 1 month. Growing of fingerlings to juvenile size, that's about 5 grams, takes also approximately 1 month. The initial stages required very high professionalism, especially when you use advanced and complicated method to ensure high fertilization and expecting the high planned number of fingerlings. Now let's look at equipment. Equipment are rearing tanks, juvenile tanks, growing out tanks, water pipes, electricity system, generator, drainage pipes, office room and resident, shading for the tanks and other equipment. Now let's look at feeding and types of fish feeds. Feeding is the most important part of commercial fish farming business. Always try to provide your fish with high quality and nutritious food. Fish feed are very common in our society today, both local and imported. Local feeds give them weight, while imported feed accelerates their growth process. Observations have shown that combining both feed give your fish the best desired weight and size. High quality food not only ensures maximum production but also help keep the fish healthy. So provide your fish with supplementary fish feed along with natural food. There are various types of prepared commercial fish feed available in the market for specific fish species. You can purchase those commercial feed from the market or prepare it by yourself. You can learn more about preparing supplementary fish feed, and if you want to prepare it by yourself, don't forget to add all types of necessary nutrients, elements such as vitamins, minerals, salt, etc. Feed your fish several times a day. You can watch out for video on how to make supplementary or local fish feed on this channel. When feeding your fish, throw the pellet into the water and observe the activities of your fish as they eat. Always ensure that no pellets are left on the surface of the water, as this can make the water dirty and smells easily. Let's look at the starter feeds. Starter feeds are designed to provide the catfish at its early stage of development. The early stage of development are crucial for the fish growth and determine its future. That is why it is highly important to provide the catfish with a nourishing feed of the highest quality. A good starter feed must be specifically designed for this stage of the catfish life. It must be a full and balanced feed based on high quality ingredients such as fish meal and other essential ingredients. A good starter feed is rich with protein, fat. The protein content is about 53% and the fat content is about 14%, and also fortified with essential vitamins. Using the right starter feed combined with the right management will ensure the best result of the catfish production. The starter feed is offered in 4 different extruded crumble sizes adapted to the fish mouth size at each stage of their development and will bring you the best result in catfish production. The starter feed is offered in 4 different extruded crumbles adapted to the fish mouth size at each stage of their development and will bring you the best growth rate and survival. The starter feed can be in 4 sizes. You have the 0.2 to 0.35 mm, the 0.35 to 0.6 mm, 0.6 to 0.8 mm, and the 0.8 to 1.1 mm. Now let's look at the floating pellet, which is for the grower stage. grower is designed for fattening phase of the catfish. The feed was carefully prepared while considering all the major ingredient groups important for the catfish growth and health. Therefore, it is highly rich with protein, which is about 45%, fat about 12%, and is based on high quality fish meal and fish oil. The feed also contains vitamins and supplements to improve the weight gain and feed utilization of the catfish. The feed used at the grower stage should be highly digestible, allowing the best feed conversion ratio (FCR) and decreasing the water pollution in the rearing system. Along with high digestibility, in using feeds for the grower stage, it is important to take into consideration the taste of the feed. Grower feed must include attractants that encourage the feed intake and accelerate the growth of the catfish. As a farmer, you must understand that the feed you give at this stage is based on the best ingredient like fish meal, fish oil, and added vitamins. A good grower floating feed is made up of pellets that will not disintegrate in water and will float for a long period of time. This will help you maintain a good water quality and avoid pollution of the rearing system. Use feeds that will enable you to have full control on feed consumption, providing you the best control to prevent overfeeding as well as inability to detect feeding problems related to diseases, low oxygen, etc. The grower feed is in 4 sizes: the 2.0 mm, the 3.0 mm, and the 4.0 mm. You also have the 6.0 mm. Let's look at the market opportunity for catfish farming. The market opportunity for catfish farming is generally very high. Medically, people are generally advised to consume fish instead of red meat. Young university graduates who cannot get white-collar jobs can employ themselves by venturing into catfish farming. It is relatively cheap.